Welcome to the Sisters Uncensored podcast, where we get into everything from childhood trauma to millennial adulting and all things in between.
We share crazy stories from the past and present to help us cope with the insanity that is our lives.
By sharing our perspectives, we hope to bring some relatability, laughter, and unsolicited advice that can help you survive the messiness of life along with us.
My name's Jessica Labita. I'm a millennial mom, wife, and marketing professional, and I am absolutely insane.
My name is Ashley Leneve. I am a millennial stay-at-home mom, avid golfer, and too mouthy for my own good.
We are real sisters, and this is Sisters Uncensored. Take this trip with us.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Sisters Uncensored. Today, we are going to be discussing vacations, and this has come up because I just got back from vacation. We've been doing a lot of traveling over the past 3 weeks between the holidays and everything like that. And it kind of sent us down memory lane a little bit because we were thinking about vacations growing up from when we were kids versus vacations now as adults and vacations with our kids. And there's a lot to be said. So for starters, I'm going to start by saying, when we were kids and we went on vacation, we're from Jersey, we went to the shore.
Yeah, that's it.
You went to the shore. That's it. I don't know. You still go to the shore. I don't know what you were thinking.
I do, sort of.
You go every year to the shore.
I mean, yeah, I guess. It's like not the same as what we did, though.
Wasn't the same as like when we would go to the shore.
Like, we never went, we go to LBI.
Yeah.
So it's bougie shore, I feel like, compared to...
Was LBI always bougie shore? I don't remember.
I don't know, because we never went. So I'm guessing yes, probably.
We went to the shore, but we went to Cape May-ish.
We've talked about this.
Yeah, that was inland.
And it was basically Wildwood.
Yep.
Which was fine, I guess, as kids.
I thought it was fun. Like, the boardwalk was always fun.
Yeah.
In Wildwood. They have a really good boardwalk.
So I remember going, like, I think we would go mostly because it was like a freebie trip with the church.
Yes.
I think
I don't know if it was a freebie.
I'm sure they probably paid, but I'm sure it was like a discounted week for church members to come down and we all kind of stayed together. I'm assuming that that's how it worked. But that's why we went there, was because it was affordable and there were 4 kids and it's what we could do, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But we rent like a house in LBI. We go like for the whole time, and usually we're with friends, and it's, you know, it's different. But for me, it gets tiresome. Like I'm sick of my kids seeing the same shit every year. Like, I want to go other places. I don't want them to just do the shore like we did.
Yeah, we always just did the shore.
Yeah.
And it, like, honestly, especially in this day and age, I feel like for the amount of money that you could spend going to the shore, you could go somewhere else.
Anywhere in the world, probably.
Way better.
It's easily 8 to 10 grand a week.
It's easily. And you could go somewhere way better for less than that.
I think so too.
And have a way better time.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
I agree. And become more cultured and like worldly.
Yeah, see other things
than just the Jersey Shore.
I'll tell you what, I'll never forget the first time the one and only time I went on a cruise. I went on a cruise with my boyfriend when I was like 18, and we sailed out of New York.
Yeah.
And went down to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
And I'm not even joking. I remember looking over the side of the cruise ship as we were going like down New Jersey and just seeing the water just be absolutely fucking shipwrecked.
Oh yeah, because
like
you're on the Hudson River to get out.
No, I'm talking about like then the shore. All right. And
it's like the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, dirty looking.
Yeah.
And watching it turn blue,
Yep.
It was almost like, if you can imagine like an oil spill,
Yes.
Okay, like what that looks like in water where it goes from black to crystal clear.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it was as we went down the coast. I was like, this water's actually blue.
I know.
It's like
amazing.
blue.
The Bahamas has the most beautiful water too.
Turks and Caicos has the best beautiful,
most
beautiful water you'll ever see.
Than the Jersey Shore, let's be honest.
But anyway, when we would go to the Jersey Shore as kids, I think everybody can relate to this too. I don't know why we would do this, but you'd pack everything up, you'd go to the beach, you'd bring lunch to the beach, sandwiches, you'd stop at Wawa or wherever, load up the cooler. For some reason, when you got to the beach, instantly, it didn't matter if it was 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, it was like, we have to eat our sandwiches right now. Like, right now, we need to eat the sandwiches.
Yeah, they'll get all soggy sitting out there in this
I know,
heat
but
in
like,
cooler.
why would we bring a cooler full of sandwiches? Just somebody go and get sandwiches at noon, 1 o'clock.
I actually hate sitting on the beach if I'm gonna be
I
honest.
get bored.
It's so meh.
Yeah, I get bored.
I get sunburned.
Yeah, well,
now at this
you're
point
fair.
in life, I'm like, I don't want to be in the sun too much. I'm
Yep.
like old, and it's gonna make. I've worked really hard to get all that damage
Back in
off my
action.
face. Yeah, so I'd like to keep it
to repair the damage.
from the 12-year-old baby oil
Yeah,
baths that we used to
really.
give ourselves in the sun when we were young.
God, when I think
Dumb.
about that, all the time in tanning beds.
Oh
The
my
amount of time
God.
I spent in tanning
I
beds.
know, so bad.
Ugh, whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But we would have to haul everything out there. We would go down with family sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Cousins, aunts, uncles, grandma.
Grandparents.
Yeah, grandpa, grandma.
Do you remember the one time that we went and our aunt booked a trip and got the hotel rooms, and Dad was like, "Oh, she says she's been staying at this hotel for years. It's great."
First of all,
I forget what the name of the hotel was, but
it wasn't a hotel.
it was a motel.
It starts with an M.
Yes. A
Motel.
lot of places down the shore, especially in like Wildwood area, are motels.
Yeah, but that was like places that we would stay when we were like 16 on,
Yeah,
you know,
in high school.
after graduation.
Right. I know.
Like that kind of thing. And that you expect because you were poor and it was supposed to be dirty.
Yes.
You know, but like you're an adult. What the fuck?
I know.
Ugh, that was so gross.
But it has a pool. It's so
It
nice.
has a pool. The pool's green. It was like fucking nasty.
I remember walking in there, Dad like carrying all these bags for all these kids. He opened the door to the hotel that we were supposed to be staying at, and he was like, "Nope,
No, we are
He
not
turned
staying
around.
here.
He's like, "We are not."
We got to
staying
stay
here."
at the Bell Harbor.
Yeah, that was like one of the high-rise hotels
Yeah.
too. It was like the bougie spot.
Yeah.
and they had the swimming pool like on the beach, like
Yeah.
but it was gated off, so like Gen Pop can't get in there.
Gen Pop can't come in.
You have
It
to
was
like
only
show
the
your
guests.
wristband to get in.
Yeah.
And all the cousins wanted to come to our hotel.
Uh-huh. That was nasty, that motel. That was really nasty.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't stay there.
I can't believe he was like, fuck this. No way, I'm sorry. Absolutely
Nope.
not. Not doing it.
I'll never forget that ever.
You know, honestly, when I think back to those like dirty ass motels that we would stay in, like in high school when you
Yeah.
would go down the shore.
Yeah.
And we would go down for like the week. I don't know what Dad was thinking. I'd started doing that at like 15.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
He let me just go down for an entire week.
we all did.
We didn't have phones. You didn't call and check in.
Nope.
It was just,
You were with boys, prom.
oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yikes.
I
But they
know.
were grimy as fuck. We would basically just fill the tub full of ice and just
Yep.
all
Put all your
booze
booze in there. Yeah.
all booze.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they got away
And
with
like
that
you'd
for as long
have
as they
10
did.
people in a room with 2 beds, and it was like, well, whoever falls asleep first, you're the lucky one.
Honestly, if
or
you
not,
think-
because you're gonna get crabs. Like,
If you really think back to it, like I don't remember where I slept a single time I went down.
me either.
Can't remember not one memory of like a bed.
No. If you remember sleeping in a hotel bed with any of us, either of us, on any of these shore trips, let us know.
Tell us in the comments.
'Cause we
Or
forgot.
please don't. I don't know.
Maybe I don't want to know.
I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of who I was hanging out with back then. Good God.
I know,
But
right?
yeah, we would go down the shore, we'd go with family. So it would be a lot of people lugging it to the beach, bitching about sand, fighting, whatever it might be. We'd go and stay there for like 2 hours and be like, was this really worth it?
No.
And then we'd go back to the pool.
Yeah.
That wasn't so bad. And then as we got older, we started taking family vacations, and they're way better.
I don't remember that many family vacations.
Well, we had a long time where it was like a divide, like mom wasn't coming.
Yeah.
So,
I remember Florida and us going to Disney as a family. That was a memorable trip.
oh my God, with the Muppets,
Yes, the puppets.
puppet Muppets.
We got them in Old Town Disney. They like
I don't know.
velcroed around,
They velcroed
your
around
waist,
you.
and you put your hand in them, and they were. Oh my God, I love that puppet.
Do you really love that?
I
That kinda
did. It was
freaked me
so
out.
much fun, and it had the stick.
stick.
And his hand was on the stick, and you could like it looked like it was hugging, like holding on to you, and you could like talk with it. Oh my God, they were so fun.
We have a picture of all of us.
Yes.
We'll have to find it and post
That
it.
was so fun.
That was the last time
one
I
of
was in
the best
Disney.
memories.
That was like 30 years ago, and I'm not even kidding. It's so different now. We just got back. I took my daughter for the first time, and we went with family, and we had so much fun seeing like the magic through her eyes. It
Yeah, it's
was
different.
so fun. It was really cute. But it's a completely different experience from when we were down there. Do you remember going to SeaWorld?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I remember going to SeaWorld once or twice and like then seeing like as an adult like the documentaries of all
Oh,
the shit
yeah.
and being like, oh
Yeah.
my God, I can't believe it's still open.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised they allow that.
Yeah, I
That is
know.
what it is,
PETA needs to intervene.
Yeah, somebody. Free Willy. Free freaking Willy. God.
Did you see this thing, speaking of like Jersey Shore and animals, that there's tons of sea turtles washing up on the shore
Why?
lately? Like old ass sea turtles.
They have to be giant.
They're huge, and the fishermen are actually hooking them on accident because they're like sort of trying to come in because the water is so cold, and they haven't migrated. I guess it got so cold so quick they didn't have time, and now they're like in a bit of a state of shock. It's been like on the news lately. It's kind of crazy. But I saw this photo of this guy who hooked this giant one and sent him back, and all the people on social were like pissed at him. They're like, you should have called so and so or this or that. They would have taken him to a rescue. And I'm like, how the fuck is he supposed to know?
How is he supposed
Like,
to know? Really?
you think everybody's that expert on fucking sea turtles?
My expertise on sea turtles is Crush from
Right.
Finding Nemo.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
Dude.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
wasted, surfers,
yeah, dude. Sorry.
Totally. That's what I think of.
We did turtle talk when we were in Disney. That was really it's fresh in my mind. That's so funny. That's so funny.
But yeah, I don't know. Apparently this is like a thing that's happening.
So when we went down to Disney as kids, on our way, we drove. First of all, we drove.
We did.
We didn't fly like normal people. You drove in this giant van.
Yes.
With the TV in it.
The Dodge Caravan.
That was, oh my God.
And the
that
bed in
thing.
the back.
The bed in the back.
It had a Nintendo. It was
Kills
fucking
me.
awesome, let's be honest.
Still kills me.
For
With all
like
the headphones
the
on.
90s, that was the baddest of bad. You were like a baller if you had that van.
There's a TV in our car.
Yeah. We had a TV and a Nintendo.
And a Nintendo. That's so funny. But we drove. I'll never forget that. And I remember other people going like to Disney and being like, "Oh, you're flying down to Disney?" We're like, "No, we don't fly on planes." Like,
Right.
we're poor. Just kidding. We weren't even poor. We were driving in a bowler van.
My husband like wants to drive places. Like
That's annoying.
I'm like, no.
No.
And now my kids are like, no, because they realize like it could take you 10 hours to get there or 2. What do you want to do? And they're like, we're just going to go on the plane. I'm like, you're going to fly by yourself? We have to go to Tennessee this summer for a baseball tournament. And he and I have been continuing to have this debate about
Can I come?
driving. Heck yeah, you can.
I want to go to Tennessee.
It's in Pigeon Forge, so it's not like Nashville.
Where's Pigeon Forge?
We'll find out. Listen,
We gotta
I
get
could have
like
fun in a paper bag.
A
so
map or
I'll
a
be fine.
globe.
I'm just not driving there.
No,
Like,
I would not drive
the
there
Outer
either.
Banks was my life limit for driving on vacation
Okay.
ever again.
So here's the thing. We went to the Outer Banks as adults, right? Wait. Can we go back
And I
to
didn't even have to
wait,
drive.
Wait, let's
All right.
let's back it up. We need
Rewind.
To, we need Okay, we're gonna start again because we have to go just touch on a few more things from Disney when we were kids. So we drove down there. I don't
where
know
this
why
is
we would drive, but we did. We had to stop at some fucking dingy motel halfway along the way.
I think I
sleep a couple
still
hours
slept in the van.
Yeah.
So there wasn't enough room
in the middle of
in the hotel.
fucking
for
Georgia
6
or
people.
something. Whatever. But we get down there, and on our way down, like our last stop, we stopped and got fast food. We got Hardee's. Has anybody eaten at Hardee's? If
It's not like a Jersey thing.
it's not a Jersey
They're not
thing.
around here.
No.
And I will never eat there ever again.
So we stop and eat at Hardee's to grab like some last fast food along the way before we get there and settle in and whatever. Well, that was a mistake. Hindsight's 2020, a huge mistake.
The entire family.
Got sick. Like food poisoning sick.
And the worst of it,
Jessica
me.
puked everywhere.
So sick. Have you ever puked French fries? It's literally like mashed potato. Just like thinking about that still to this day is like traumatizing.
So Jess was the first one. You were the first one to get sick though.
And I was the last one to get better.
Yeah, you were the last one to get better.
awful.
So we're all down there. Jess is sick as a dog, white, like does not stop throwing up. But we still want to go to the parks and like go ride the rides and shit. So we're like, we're bringing her with us. Like we're not leaving you behind. So we all go. We get a wheelchair for Jessica. And at the time, like they didn't have these magic bands and fucking
No.
fast passes
Yeah.
or whatever the hell it is. I don't know. Instead, you put your sister in a wheelchair and like have her sit on one foot so it looks like she has one leg, and you get to go all the way to the front of the line. We did it on repeat for every single ride. We went right to the front. We probably rode Space Mountain fucking 100 times. I'm not
So
even
wait,
kidding.
from my perspective, that was the only ride that I wanted to go on.
I know.
Was Space Mountain. And I was literally dying. I'm in the sun. I'm dehydrated. I'm sick as fuck. I'm being pushed around in the blazing heat in a wheelchair
With a
being
barf
told
bag.
to sit on one leg as I'm throwing up everywhere, getting all you fuckers to the front of every line, watching you have the time of your life, and I'm not even able to do shit.
It was so fun. We had a great
last
time.
time we got on the line for Space Mountain, I was finally feeling better, and I'm like, yes,
She's going
all
on.
week I've waited. I'm going.
We still wheeled her up there too.
Wheeled up there.
That was awesome.
We get ready to go on the line. Like we're ready to go on the ride. We had waited this point in time, even with the wheelchair. I think it was like a while. And Dad finally, because you guys had rode it 15 times, was like, I feel like we need to go. I'm like, but I just want to go. One time. No, pulled us off the line. I did not get to go on Space Mountain. I was so fucking mad. To this day, I'm still bitter about it.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie.
Not to put sand in the wound or salt in the wound, but I can say we rode it a lot and it was so much fun. I didn't know what to expect because all I knew is that you hyped it up. Like that's the best ride in Disney.
Because I got to go to Disney. Lindsay and I went before all four of us went.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, I think you actually might have been there. But
I
you
was
were
there,
like
but
a
I was
baby. Yeah,
maybe
like too
two.
little. Yeah,
I was 2.
So yeah, this was our second family trip to Disney, technically.
Yeah.
I don't even really remember the first.
And then the whole rest of the family got sick, and then we just started going out in like small groups. It
Yeah.
was like one parent took 2 or 3 kids or
Yeah.
whatever, and one stayed back, and then everybody ended. Long story short, don't eat Hardee's.
Ever.
It's not for you.
Ever.
If we ever see a Hardee's sign ever when we're traveling, we're like, no, definitely not. Not for us.
It was the sickest time I've ever been. Like, there's like so many times that you're really sick in your life. I think that was one of my like top 5.
That was nasty as
was
fuck.
brutal.
It was
Brutal.
not good. Not good. But then we drove the freaking 2 days home because God forbid we fly. We just drove and drove, but that was a fun trip.
It was. I like tried to replicate a lot of it to your point when I took my kids to Disney, and it wasn't the same.
It's not the same.
Like Old Town, I was so excited for Old Town. I remember loving that because of the puppets and like going in like it was like an old Western town. It was not.
Where is
exciting.
Old Town?
I don't know. It's somewhere like right outside of the general vicinity. I think it's where like the poor people go, but like I didn't know that at the time.
I don't think we were poor. I didn't think we were poor.
I don't know.
I mean, we must have been poor enough to have to drive, but
Yeah, and to go to Old Town instead of one of the real parks.
it's like Old Town, like Cape May-ish. Like we just can't
Right.
freaking ever go to
You're
the actual
inland.
spot. Just a real actual vacation spot. It's like the outskirts of the spot.
Right.
Good God. But anyway, we got older. We started going on family vacation. So we went to the Outer Banks a couple years ago, the whole family.
That was fun.
That was a great trip.
Except for the ride.
That was something we did not realize.
Yeah, you cannot fly to the Outer Banks.
The
Like,
nearest airport is Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah, it's
and
like
that's a
3 hours
2-hour
or
drive,
something.
2.5 hours. So you're like, what the fuck is the point if you're going to be in the car? So instead, we do the 7-hour drive. But we had a great Airbnb. It was awesome. On the ocean. I didn't put a toe in the ocean, I'm not going to lie. I heard the riptides
Neither did I.
are really strong down there, and that scared the crap out of me. So I was
yeah,
like, I'm
and
not
I
doing
think
that.
I hear it's like rocky water too.
Is it?
I don't know.
We were there.
I
We had
didn't
no
go.
idea. We didn't go ahead.
I only went in the pool.
We had pictures on the beach.
We did.
That was nice.
We had field day on the beach.
Oh my God. So we did field day for this Outer Banks trip, and Mark was in charge of it, brother.
Yes.
And he did really good.
He
It
did.
started off with we had 4 random teams. You have to understand there's 20 of us, and the ages range from 3 to 66.
Yeah.
So you're trying to make it all work
Yeah.
and have everybody participate. So he put us into 4 or 5 different teams, and it was easy games at first where we're doing cornhole and beer pong, which I'm the worst beer pong player ever. Don't ever ask me to be on your team. I don't know. I go retard mode when I have to throw small things. I get twitchy. I don't know. It's I don't know. But whatever. It happens. So we were doing
Did you see that Jason Kelsey clip, side note, on TikTok or
No.
Instagram recently where these guys are tailgating and Jason Kelsey walks up to them while they're playing beer pong, and the
No.
guy has 1 cup left, and Jason takes his shot and nails it. I'm like, of course, this fucking guy.
Unbelievable.
I know.
Yeah, no. But I didn't see it, but we did that. We did some bucket game, like a ring with a bucket.
Yep.
Something like that.
Dizzy bat.
Wait. So you had to like get the 4 teams to all participate, and then the final 2 winning teams, I guess, at the end,
Had to do a relay.
picked a captain, then picked their team, a giant relay race from the leftovers. It's basically the loser bunch. And we had 2 big teams, and it was a full-blown relay race of like swimming, cornhole, dizzy bat,
Running up and down stairs.
on the beach, all over the place. And if there's something you know about us,
We're very
if you've been paying
competitive.
attention, we're very competitive.
Very.
Incredibly competitive. Jess and I were on the same team, obviously, because I was a captain and I totally chose her. And I know she's
Winners pick winners.
Yeah, exactly. I know she's gonna put her all into it. But we have footage of it. We'll have to show you guys. We get nasty. Yeah. Like really fucking
Dad's
nasty.
a cheater.
Well, I mean, I did body check him practically off a 2-story deck. I was
Watching
like,
Dad do
boom!
dizzy bat is the funniest
He
thing
did
ever.
cheat on that.
Total cheated.
Tagging in the kids, wheelbarrow races, the
Yep.
whole bit.
Yep.
It was a lot. You did the swimming section.
I did.
Or the swimming part of it, and then slipped and bashed your ass. I remember like watching you like slip and fall, and it was like,
Oh yeah, because I was
guys
running out
were
of the
neck
water
and
to
neck?
go tag someone, and
Yeah,
I
you had to
slipped
tag.
and busted my ass.
you had to run up the steps and tag me to run to go and do dizzy bat, and then I
Right.
would get from point A to point B, tagged the next 2 who were doing a wheelbarrow race, whatever. But you slipped when you got out of the pool and busted your ass, and I swear to God, like the footage of it is me like, get the fuck off! Come on! Like a lunatic.
I probably kept going.
Oh
I think
my
we still
God.
won.
Yeah, no, you did good. You did really good. You're a good swimmer.
I mean,
Swimming's not my
really.
strong suit.
Me either.
It's not for me.
I could do a lap in the pool. Like, I'll be fine. That was okay.
And my
I was
lashes get in the way. I'm
Who was
like,
I against?
I can't see.
I think it was against one of the kids or something. So I was like, I got this in the bag.
Yeah, and then he slipped and lost time. I don't know. It worked.
Yeah.
We got it to work out. But
It
that
did.
was a really good trip.
It was a good trip. I think that was our last like
Really
really,
good
good,
one.
family vacation, which was what, 5 years ago now.
Something. 4?
Yeah.
3?
And then we did
3 years ago.
no, it was more than
We
that
did.
now.
No, we did Arizona 2 years ago, and the year before we did Outer Banks.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you're right.
So we did Arizona 2 years ago.
Yes.
That didn't go as well.
No. The house was fantastic.
The place was amazing. Both places that we stayed in, like every
Yeah.
time we went was
The properties are perfect.
perfect.
Yeah.
We had plenty to do. There was
You
a
really had no
great
reason to
pool.
leave. Outer Banks, you can't leave because there's not shit to do.
One lane in, one lane out.
awful.
You're sitting in traffic. We got a golf cart.
I would
when we
never go
wanted to
back
into
there
town.
ever again.
Yeah, I know that was. I would. You know what? I would go back there, but the commute just sucks.
Not worth it.
It just sucked.
Wasn't worth it.
Yeah, that part sucked. But Arizona was great.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. We had everything we needed right there on the property. Everybody had a nice, comfortable stay. It was fun. Uncle Bobby and Aunt Joanne came.
Yep.
I love when they come with us
Yeah,
on trips. They're my
same.
favorite. I love them so much. They're so funny. Uncle Bobby gets freaking wasted, and
Yep.
and Joanne's like, oh Jesus, he's
Uh-huh.
wobbling.
My husband loves when Uncle Bobby gets drunk with him.
I love when your husband gets drunk. He becomes the swayer. He's like very much a
With his little eye.
yeah, like he definitely has to one-hand it. He's pretty funny. I like that. But this time, I don't know. I guess there was a little too much drinks because people got into fights.
Yeah,
there
it
were
was not-
arguments
It was not as fun.
over
It was all
stupid
fueled by
shit.
one person, really.
Well, I mean, what happens, happens. What are you going to do? And I don't think everybody will be returning for family vacation anymore. So
No.
now we had to take a pause.
We did.
We took a pause.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah. I don't know. Some people shouldn't complain.
Agree.
You know what I mean? Just saying. Anyway, all right, go ahead.
No, I mean, that's it. I think, like, I just, I loved our memories of our vacations as kids, and I try to do better now for my kids. And so I love that you were away with your daughter last week and got to experience that with her, because it's something I think you should experience only once, because Disney is fucking horrible otherwise. It's hot. Like, you picked a good time of year, I think, to
It
go.
was cool for us. We had perfect
Yeah.
weather. It wasn't too crowded. And we have a family member who lives down there. She actually works at Disney. and she showed us around everywhere. So
Yeah,
like we
that's
weren't
nice.
lost. You know what I mean? It was,
Yeah.
she was so helpful. She was wonderful. And then I will say, I can't imagine going there in the summer in 1,000-degree heat.
That's when I did it, and it was awful.
And I hear it is so crowded.
Yep.
Like everybody's just like that.
It's so expensive. It's just
It is
there's- I
expensive.
hate people. Like
And-
there's people everywhere. There's kids on leashes. It's fucking weird. Like,
kids
and then you
on
have the
leashes.
Disney people, which if you're a Disney person, like God bless you, but that is not my jam.
No.
but they like
a lot of adults.
yeah,
A lot of adults.
It's weird.
Super surprising. Wasn't expecting that. Also, it's
weird.
Tons of scooters. A lot of people riding on scooters.
No, that you have to tough it out. If you're
Yeah,
gonna go.
like listen, if my 5-year-old can walk all 3 parks without stepping foot in a stroller, you got to be able to pull through.
People are
you can't be
lazy.
just drive, or they
No.
need to put in a scooter lane.
It's a whole experience.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's
is.
definitely a lot.
It's not for me. One and done.
I mean, I'd go back just
Nah.
because we had so much fun on the teacups. She was in. I'm like, I'm gonna crank this shit. Like we're going on.
She's like,
I know, right? She's like all excited for it. She's like, we get to go on the teacups, and I'm like, oh man, kid, you have no idea what I'm about to do. Like I was so excited.
that's how Dad did rides with us. when
That's
we
how,
were little.
yes, that's how he did it. It was
Yeah.
like he wanted to scare your fucking pants off. So it was great. So like we get in there and I am ripping this thing and she's holding on for dear life, just like, I'm going crazy. I'm like, this is excellent, faster. Let's go. It was awesome. We had a really good time. But the lines suck. Like it's all of that. There's waiting for
Wouldn't you
everything.
rather just be on an island, like getting served
yeah.
drinks?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like at this point, my idea of a vacation is like, I want to sleep in.
Right.
Texas.
Yeah. Our trip to Texas was still the
That
best
was a
vacation.
great vacation.
Ever. And that was not a vacation.
It was
because
a
were
funeral.
there for a funeral. But it was fan-fucking-tastic.
We were there for a funeral. That was a great trip, though.
Because we hung out in a hotel room
And they
by ourselves.
By ourselves. And like literally nothing went well on that trip at
No,
all. But it was
no.
a great trip.
We got to be with our family. Most of them are good.
Yep.
It was great.
It was fun. We had a good time. Anyway, if anybody has any upcoming travel plans for the holidays, because we do have winter break coming, I know a lot of people travel for that or go see family. Let us know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Tell us some of your fun stories in the comments of anything crazy that's happened on vacay with you and your fam. I like
love
to
it.
hear good stories about vacations.
Me too. I got one real quick before we wrap up. My father-in-law had to cut open my brother-in-law's luggage on one of their family vacations because, you know, they have the locks.
Yeah?
When he was a kid, they kept telling him not to lock the bag. He locked the bag, lost the keys, and they couldn't open his luggage. So he had to cut it open with a knife.
That
And he had
sucks.
to bring home all of his stuff in
That
separate
sucks.
bags.
Oh, man. I can't. Can I just tell you one more story, too? Real quick from when we were last on vacation, like with cousins, aunts, and uncles at the shore with grandma and grandpa, and I'll never forget it because we have a picture of it. Like, we have a picture from it. And all I remember from this vacation is we were going in an elevator, and grandpa and grandma were with me and Mark. And grandma was wearing a white t-shirt with like a lion on the like front breast part. And it was some religious thing. I don't know. It was like Lion of God or who knows, whatever it was that she was coming up with. And grandpa and I are standing in all 4 of us are standing in the elevator. And I see grandpa look at her like shirt. And all of a sudden he just starts going like this. And like rubbing at it. I'm like, what are you doing? And he looks up at him. We were little. He looks up at us and he's like, or down at us. He's like, I'm just petting the lion. We're like, stop rubbing grandma's boob. Like, this is weird. I'll never forget it. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? I was like 10. I'll never forget it.
Things you remember
I'm
from
tell-
family vacation.
We have a picture from that day, and all I see is that lion on her shirt, and
God.
grandma just like, what are you
PTSD.
doing? Creepy. Anyway, whatever. All right, so tell us about your vacations. Otherwise, we'll see you next week, guys.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.